Hello everyone, I am Shupriya Ghoshal, faculty member of Sri Ramakrishna Institute of Science and Technology. Today I have discussed about the topic that is bearing capacity of soil. In previous part I have already discussed about the type of bearing capacity failure, and in this part this is the first slide of the continuation of first part, that is type of bearing capacity failure. And there is a three type of failure. First is general shear failure, second one is local shear failure, and third one is punching shear failure. So in general shear failure, the bulging is prolonged and failure is occurred gradually and considerable settlement of footing is observed, and it is observed in shallow foundation. Less settlement and filling failure is observed, and well-defined peak is observed in curve. Next is local shear failure. In local shear failure, no bulging is observed. Failure is gradual. It is basically happen in deep foundation. And in punching shear failure, the failure is happen all the sudden. No bulging occur. This type of failure is happen in the foundation due to load of column. In this slide, I have discussed about Terzaghi's bearing capacity factors. So this is the chart for the foundation coefficient, that is NC, NQ, N gamma. This is totally depend upon the value of phi. If we can consider phi equal to 30 degree, then the corresponding value of NC, NQ, N gamma, that is 37.2, 22.5 and 19.7. And we also know the general formula, that is QF equal to CNC plus gamma D NQ plus 0.5 gamma B N gamma. After putting all the value, then we can write the formula in this way. In this slide, I have discussed about Terzaghi's analysis limitations. The first limitation is the theory is applicable to shallow foundations. Second one is as the soil compresses, phi increases, which is not considered. Hence, fully plastic zone may not develop at the assumed phi. Third one is all point need not experience limit of equilibrium conditions at different load. The fourth one is method of superstition is not applicable in plastic condition as the ground is near failure zone. In this slide, we have discussed about the shape of footing. Terzaghi only used shape factor for cohesion and base, and the shape factor is applicable for the strip footing, round footing, square footing and rectangular footing. We already know that Terzaghi's original equation, that is QF equal to CNC SC plus gamma D NQ plus 0.5 gamma B N gamma S gamma. In shape factor equation, we have to add the SC and S gamma term. The value of SC S gamma are already given in a chart. So for strip footing, the value of SC S gamma, that is 1. For round footing, the value of SC S gamma, that is 1.3 and 0.6. For square footing, the value will be 1.3 and 0.8, and for rectangular footing, the value of SC is 1 plus 0.3 B by L and S gamma 0.8 or 1 minus 0.3 B by L. Terzaghi gave the following semi-empirical equation for the square, circular, rectangular footings. And here we use some shape factor for frictional cohesive soil and non-cohesive soil. Firstly, I have discussed about the frictional cohesive soil or CFI soil. We have to know already the general formula, that is QF equal to CNC gamma D NQ plus 0.5 gamma B N gamma. So, in shape factor, the formula of circular footing, and in C5 soil, the formula will be QF equal to 1.3 CNC plus gamma D NQ plus 0.3 gamma B N gamma, where B is diameter of the footing, and for square footing the formula will be 1.3 CNC plus gamma D NQ plus 0.4 gamma B N gamma, and for rectangular footing QF equal to CNC 1 plus 0.3 B by L plus gamma D NQ plus 0.4 gamma B N gamma. And for cohesive soil, where phi equal to 0 and C greater than 0, and in this type of soil the circular footing, the formula of circular footing is QF equal to 1.3 CNC plus gamma D, and this is comparatively greater than the value of QF, that is 5.7 C plus gamma D for strip footing. And for rectangular footing the formula will be QF equal to CNC 1 plus 0.3 P by L plus gamma D. And for non-cohesive soil, where C equal to 0 and phi greater than 0, then the formula of strip footing will be QF equal to gamma D NQ plus 0.5 gamma B N gamma. And for rectangular and square footing the formula will be QF equal to gamma NQ plus 0.4 gamma B N gamma. In this slide I have discussed about water table effects on the bearing capacity. Here the basic formula is QF equal to CNC plus gamma 1 D NQ RW1 plus half into gamma 2 B N gamma into RW2, where gamma 1 equal to average unit weight of soil saturated above water table within the depth of D, and gamma 2 equal to average unit weight of soil saturated within the depth of B, and the existing limit of footing is the numerical value of B below the base of footing in terms of depth. Here in first case we assume that water table below the existing limit. Here if we consider there is two component of depth, that is ZW1 and ZW2. ZW1 whose limit is up to the base of footing, and in ZW2 which is acting in the gamma 2 zone. The basic formula of RW1 is 0.5 into 1 plus ZW1 by D, and RW2 equal to 0.5 into 1 plus ZW2 by B. Here we can say ZW1 equal to D and ZW2 equal to B, and gamma 1 equal to gamma 2 equal to D, because water table beyond the existing limit, after putting the value of ZW1 and ZW2 we can get RW1 equal to 1 and RW2 equal to 1. In second case we have considered water table is on the base of footing, where gamma 1 equal to gamma D and gamma 2 equal to gamma Z. Here we can say ZW1 equal to D and ZW2 equal to 0. Putting the value of ZW1 and ZW2 we get RW1 and RW2, where RW1 equal to 1 and RW2 equal to 0.5. In third case, here in this case we consider that water table is in between the base of footing and existing limit. So here we can say ZW1 equal to D and ZW2 is the depth from the base of footing up to water table. So here we can say RW1 equal to 1 and RW2 equal to 0.5 into 1 plus ZW2 by B. Here gamma 1 equal to gamma D and gamma 2 equal to gamma D into H1 plus gamma set into H2 by H1 plus H2. Here we divided the vertical depth from footing base up to existing limit in H1 and H2 above the water table. It is H1 and below the water table it is H2. So we can finally say gamma 2 equal to gamma D into H1 plus gamma set into H2 by H1 plus H2. And in fourth condition, we considered that water table lies between the D. From the ground level up to water table, height is H1, and from the water table up to base of footing, height is H2. So RW1 equal to 0.5 into 1 plus ZW1 by D and RW2 equal to 0.5 into 1 plus ZW2 by B, where ZW2 equal to 0 and RW2 equal to 0.5, and gamma 1 equal to gamma D into H1 plus gamma set into H2 by H1 plus H2, and gamma 2 equal to gamma set. And in the last condition, water table lies in the ground level, where gamma 1 equal to gamma 2 equal to gamma set, and we can say RW1 equal to RW2 equal to 0.5.